Hello everyone and welcome back to TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing. We are back once again on a beautiful Wednesday night for the Golden Class here in Season 15. We are here in Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi for round 5 of this Golden Class Championship. It is me, D'Angelo, once again back for another Golden Class, and today I am joined by the man himself, Mr. Freeze, and hopefully we can get him into the session very soon. But Mr. Freeze, how are we doing?
Yo, welcome everybody. Yeah, it's going good. We're off next week, so I said might as well hop in this one and give Golden some love. Right now I'm looking at my nice painted blue walls, and I hope to get into the session at some point tonight. But happy to be here.
Yeah, hopefully one of these guys can send you an invite, because apparently my 9 invites did not work, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, we are here going to go through the proceedings of tonight. Abu Dhabi is the second time we have run this track since the changes to the circuit. We now have the hairpin without the chicane in the first sector, which is very nice. It is turn 5, and also the long sweeping corner. I think that's turn 8 and 9 now, which is very nice. So this is our second time running, and it's the second time on this game. So both times we've run this track, it has been on this game. So it's going to be very interesting to see. So, and before we get everything off, as we keep watching the qualifying right now, I'm going to take you through the standings. First, going with the Drivers' Championship. SPM is in the lead with 94 points to his name, followed by Raiden Shogun with 68, Main Wayne and P3 with 65, GMBZ with 37, F&D Cakes with 25, Seagrist with 25 as well. Tebow with a pretty slow start to the season has 24, C Rizzy has 22 in P8. 13ism is in P9 with 20, and to round out the top 10, Fire Up Flow with 16. So, Freeze, as you can tell, SPM right now is the definitely the favorite for the championship 4 rounds in as we enter round 5.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent, getting a few podiums. I believe he has, I think, at least 2 wins to his name. Maybe just the one, but yeah, he seems to be the lead Mercedes, actually doing much better than one of the former Silver Class champions of Tebow. So I'd like to see what he could do here again this week. And it does, if my standings pop up here. SPM has 1 win at Australia, 1 in Brazil, the sprint, and then the actual feature race. So he has the 2 wins and then the sprint win as well.
Yeah, definitely SPM has shown pretty good pace, but don't count out these 2 men in the McLarens, Main Wayne and Raiden Shogun, as Raiden might want his banker the 125. Seems like he messed up, but Main Wayne does have a 123.7, which is provisional pole right now, and they are leading the constructors right now as we go through those standings now. The 2 McLarens, as I have said, lead the constructors with 133 points. Mercedes with Tebow and SPM with 118, and then Alpine of C Rizzy and FND 47, Aston Martin of Matt Roofer and GMBZ 47, and the 2 Red Bulls, Ben Sorv and Seagrist P5, and the Ferraris have 26. Williams have 20, Haas have 13, Alfa Romeo have 10, and the AlphaTauris bring up the rear with a 1. So yeah, Freeze, the constructors, it's just, right now, it's really looking like a 2-team battle at the moment.
Yeah, well, the McLarens, they got both drivers providing pretty big, because both drivers got themselves some wins, and as of late, they got the last, they got one at, was this? China, and one at Japan earlier on the season with the Main Wayne. So both of them getting their wins. Now you kind of have to see, all right, we're going to the break next week, you know, is it going to be Mercedes or McLaren that'll kind of start this 1/3 of the season off and go into that break?
Yeah, I think you're going to see, since we don't have a race next week, I think you might see a lot of aggression because this is the first third, this is the finale of the first third of the season. I think you're going to see a lot of probably unwarranted aggression if you say so, but people are going to be vying for as many points as possible because we do have the break, and then people will probably be practicing their tails off for, what is the race after?
British Grand Prix.
The British Grand Prix will be round 6 after our break next week, so yeah. I think you're going to see a lot of aggression, in my opinion. I think it's going to be really good. So, yeah, I'm just excited to see for the Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi Golden provided a banger last season. Lots of carnage and stuff. And really, Abu Dhabi in TCR has always provided really good races.
Yeah, well, it was last season we actually had this as the sprint weekend for TCR. This year and this season on this format it'll just be the regular 50% race, so we'll see. Last night we had a late safety car, although generally quite clean throughout. We have a few more drivers on the grid tonight, and it's good to see almost all the regulars onto the grid, and yeah, we'll see if anybody can maybe grab their first win of the season, because I do believe many different drivers can win with this grid and this roster.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you on that. It's a very, as we've seen through the first couple rounds, even though SPM does have 2 wins, it is a very tight field on pace-wise. It's the little things like the consistency, especially for our Alpine, or guys in the Alpine. They have shown pace time and time again, but it's the little things, the consistency that has been biting them.
Yeah, they had a few rough issues. I think it was, what was it? I think it was
one.
Japan, but I think there was, I don't even know the schedule of where we race. It's really bad.
You are the owner.
I don't know, where were we last week? What the hell is this? China. I think it was Brazil. The Alpines, they didn't even load their setup, I don't believe. I think that was or no, that was last week at China. I don't think they loaded their setup for one race. And then, obviously, Rizzi had some disqualifications in quali earlier at Australia opening round. So it's been rough for them. A couple contacts that they've been into. I think F&D had one at Japan, which wasn't his fault. I think between him and Ben Swerven. So hopefully they're looking for happier days moving forward.
Yeah, they're looking pretty solid right now in P2 and P3 as we round to 8 minutes left in the session. We are down 10 minutes already in this qualifying session for Abu Dhabi. And let's go. I say we go on board for a lap here. Main Wayne is going to be the latest. There's going to be the next one to start their flying lap, as he is in Sector 3. The man on provisional pole. Also, are you in the session yet?
No, I'm trying to. I just downloaded the Twitch app, so now I am gonna try to watch it live on Twitch.
Yep. As Main Wayne is heading towards the finish line now. He starts his flying lap. The man in provisional pole looking to extend his lead in the pole position. Goes down into 5th gear for turn 1. Takes a little bit of the outside. Does not get invalidated. These next couple of corners are very tricky. Turns 3 and 4. If you turn too tight, if you get too tight of an angle on the entry into turn 3, you do spin very frequently. Hits the hairpin apex very nicely. And now the run down into the turn 7-6 chicane. It's always a tough corner to get the braking zone right. See what he does here. Goes down into third gear. Hits the first part very nicely. Hits the second part. There's a little hump in the second part at the apex. So you have to be very careful with that so it doesn't send your car. Now the run into turn 8 here. The long sweeping left-hander. Goes into 5th gear, gets on the power a little bit, he goes a little bit wide, does not go on, can't even talk, invalidated. And now this is probably in the hotel section now, one of the probably the toughest section on the track. You have to hit everything perfectly and also carry a lot of speed. It seems like he carried a decent amount of speed Now these last two corners, 15 and 16, are basically flat out. At least 15 is. Oh, and he spins.
Ooh.
And yeah, Main Wayne spun in the final corner. He will not improve his time on this occasion, but he has plenty of time for one more run to try and improve his time.
Yeah, tough break for him there. It looks like just watching it again on that exit curb, and a little too eager on the throttle. But you know what? He's just trying to get all that time he can after being provisional, and seems he'll get another run in. And he is into the 23s, the 23.7. You got about 4 drivers in the 23s at the moment. Last night we had 2. And with the track evolution, you probably you might even double it. You got a few guys low 24s. You might see around 8 people in the 23s, which is going to be a close race.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully you can get in so you can see it not delayed.
Can't.
Yeah, Ben swerving on a lap now as he heads towards turn 8 right now. See what his second sector split is. He is almost 2/10 up in the second sector, a purple second sector at that, so this is going to be a decent lap if he holds it together for Ben Sorvin in the Red Bull car. Just going to have to hit this sector 3 very nicely. We're going to go to the off-board cams. Hopefully we get some cool cams here. Really, the hotel section cams that the game gives you aren't too bad, but definitely could be better.
Yeah, I had some good aerial shots last night from the chopper. I had some good ones.
Ben only improves to P11 with that lap, so it must have had a rough first sector because he was 4.5 tenths up on his time. So it must have been a rough first sector on that lap.
Yeah, and you know what? I've seen Ben and also his teammate Seegers up reserving a lot for the Platinum class, and a little FYI for all those Golden drivers, you were allowed to reserve in the Platinum class, so it's good to get some extra practice and also to help improve yourself, and it puts a good bid in for if you are looking to get promoted for next season. To get some experience racing with some of those quicker guys. Plus, it gives you an extra day to fine-tune a setup, even though it might not mean much because your main race is already done. But you could always use it as a learning experience. So I do highly encourage some drivers to take some reserves if you're a Golden driver and get on the Platinum class.
Yeah, while you're talking, SPM set another purple second sector 3/10 up on his previous time. So it seems like it's going to be a decent lap for our championship leader here. As he goes through sector 3, heading towards the final corner, gets a little bit squirrely in turn 14, or 15, sorry, runs the line. Goes P2 on the front row, just behind Main Wayne, less than a tenth for the 123.8. Yeah, everybody except SPM and PVW and Matt Roofer are in the pits now.
It's going to get busy out on track.
It's starting to get busy. As you look on the mini-map there, everybody's coming out of their pit stall right now.
Yeah, it's weird to see Matt Roofer so far down. It's seems like he had some good pace as of late. Let's see if he 25.9 is not competitive at all. So hopefully he nails this last lap. I don't know if he's on a flyer right now. It looks like it.
It does not look like. Yeah, he's regenning battery right now. So I guess he has enough fuel for one more lap. So it's good. The car is going to be as light as possible. Yep, he will be the first to go on the final flying laps then. Or no, PVW's on one right now. I think. No. Yeah, PVW's on one.
And you could see the train ahead of PVW. I mean, look at all that mess. That is a mess of a line there.
Yeah, he might get a little bit blocked. Whoever the Red Bull is in
That's
front.
what you call a conga line. Somebody get the music.
Hopefully he does not get blocked. Oh, the Mercedes needs to get out of his way.
And that's the issue. You don't know who's on a flyer. Sometimes when you're in a big group, there's no way to know if everybody is on a flyer or on outlap. Looks PVW didn't get that timing right. He's going to have a big mess going into the hotel now section.
Yeah, he is. That's bad time. Because everybody in front of him can't really do anything.
The Ferrari, I think that was F1 Racer, maybe.
He can't really do anything because I mean he went out at a terrible time.
And that's the risk you do take when you go out that early and you see nobody out on track. If it looks like a ghost town and you're doing your flying lap, sometimes the timing could be detrimental, and it was for him. So unfortunately, unable to improve on that lap.
Yeah, kind of hard to improve when, like you said, it is like that. So Matt Ruffer will be the first of the final cars to set a lap. Tebow has retired from the session.
Ooh, turn 3 as well. Might have spun.
He spun, yeah. Tried to get the onboard with Segrist, but it did not happen. We'll go back to Matt Ruffer as he is the first car to set a lap here at the end of qualifying. Qualifying is now over for all the drivers. Oh, an improvement by Matt Ruffer, but it's only good for P16.
Yeah, that's not his usual self. Hopefully he's got more race pace. It was Ray Magic next to cross the line, I believe.
He spun. He just spun. So
spun.
GMBZ is next. GMBZ next to cross the line. P7 improves a little bit. No, Main Wayne is next. Main Wayne improves to a 123. I think that was, yep, Fire Up Flow improved to P10. Rafa Hulk to P5.
Here comes his teammate.
Raiden P7. Sir Charles stays P10.
There's the Alpines.
There's so many cars crossing at the same time.
FND goes second. Rizzy slots in behind him.
Yep. There's so many cars crossing, I can't catch everybody at once. What is happening? Ben Swervin invalidated. Omega's invalidated. And that's qualifying.
Wow, nice.
Main Wayne with a pole position here at Abu Dhabi, and then the two Alpines in P2 and 3, SPM P4. A good showing from Rafa Hulk in qualifying with a P5. And that rounds out the top 5.
Man, Main Wayne, man, he's been putting in some work, man. That's a pretty nice pole there over the Alpines. A few tenths as well.
Yeah, we've seen in the first 4 rounds the Alpines are no slouch when it comes to qualifying.
Yeah, it's just the race to see if they can now. You know, obviously the Alpines are in the Freeze Foundation. We practice with them, and I believe F&D and also Rizzy kind of circled Abu Dhabi as a race that they think and believe they could win. Oh, I saw what you're owing about.
Yeah, that's. Wow, are they really? Is the game really gonna give him that? That's after qualifying's over. Wow.
Wow. You could say that again. Wow.
It's really gonna give it to him after qualifying ends.
Now, does that mean he still gets the pole position, right?
It says.
Yeah, I think so, because he's got the grid penalty. Is for the grid.
Yeah,
for
the grid.
Yeah.
And on his record, he still gets pole, but he's going to be starting in P6 or P5,
wow.
6 or 5 or 6. I think it's P5. It might be 6, so Tebow might move up to P5.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's going to be an all front row lockout for Alpine, and it's a technicality. It's a technicality on the play. FND gets pole position on a technicality, although in like you said, in the stat book, it goes to the Main Wayne.
Which honestly, if it were up to me, I would restart the session because that happened after qualifying was over, when Main Wayne has no control of his car.
Yeah, it's just you know what it is. It is on this game, especially on the pit exit or entry and exit. We saw last season at Abu Dhabi that drivers were getting warnings and penalties for the way they entered the pit lane, and they don't know exactly what's causing it. If you hit the white line, if you hit the curb on the entrance, or if you hit anything on the exit. But we saw last night J&B cross the line with a 3-second time penalty, although he's trying to get that removed because it was more of a glitch, I guess, in the system. So Abu Dhabi,
it's something with this track, man.
It could be one of those glitchy tracks for whatever reason. I know, as well as a reason why we're not going to Saudi Arabia for Jeddah this year is because last season we had the safety car glitch where it was continuing to race everybody, and it so that was more of a track that's glitchy, and maybe Abu Dhabi is glitchy, but yeah, it is what it is.
And you are still not in the session, are you?
No, but you know what? I got this Twitch up. I'm like 3 seconds behind you, baby. I'm right there.
He's got the instant replay. As we will start the formation lap, and yep, Main Wayne starting in P6 with the Alpines locking out the front row.
Sheesh, do those Alpines look good on the front row. I love it.
You gotta hate
those
it
my boys.
For Main Wayne, though, who did everything right, just glitched out, has no control over the car, and the game says, no, screw you, you're having this.
And it puts them behind Mercedes, both Mercedes, that you know, they're competing against them in the Constructors' Championship. But I think the both McLarens starting on the hard tire. They'll be going a little playing long ball. Alpines are splitting the strategy there, as is the Mercedes. You're at Rafa Hulk, who's had a struggle start to the season after getting the Le Promotion. He'll be starting fourth.
I'm gonna take a phrase out of Camden's book, Mr. Freeze. It's that time.
I was just gonna say
it's prediction time.
I don't know if you want to ask me or I ask you, but it's prediction time.
Put your predictions in the comments or in the chats below. Freeze, top 3 predictions. Let's go.
Ooh, I like it on a technicality. I think F&D is strong. He circled this track. He's starting up front. He's got that track position. I think he's going to grab his first win of the season, although I think Main Wayne will be right behind him. He'll have some work to do after that game glitch of a 5-place grid penalty. And you know what? I like Raiden. I think he was strong last week at China, grabbing his first win, and I think he'll back up McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. So I got F&D, the Main Wayne, Raiden.
Solid picks. I don't like to bet against our Freeze Foundation boys, but SPM this season has been so strong. Yeah. I'm going to pick SPM from P3 for the win. His just race pace consistency has just been there all season. I think F&D is going to grab P2. I think this is just his time to get a good consistent race, and he's going to grab P2. And then I'm going to say Main Wayne comes up from P6 off his bullshit penalty, and he's going to get P5 or P3.
Yeah, say it how it is. Here we go.
All right, got 3, 4, 5 red lights, and the lights are out, and Raiden with a jump start penalty off the rip. SPM goes around the outside into turn 1. There's a little bit of contact between SPM and FND. See Rizzy up into P1, and there's a spin in the back. Rafa Hulk is around. There's all kinds of carnage in the back. Raiden down to P10 off the GMBZ, has no front wing. Wow, what a crazy start to the first 3 corners.
Yeah, jump start from Raiden. It's going to put him on the back foot, and another terrible start from Rafa Hulk. His luck is not continuing. Alpine's still out front, followed by those Mercedes.
Yeah, the 2 Mercedes are very close. Is there going to be any team orders at Mercedes today? SPM goes really deep, almost runs into the back of F&D Cakes. That's going to allow Tebow on better tires to get the run out of the chicane. Tebow moves up to P3. And now here comes Main Wayne on the gearbox of SPM. Is he going to have a look around the outside into turn 8 here? He's going to get the better run going from outside to inside. Both on the hard tires. Will Main Wayne try to make a move into turn 11, 10?
Something like it.
He's a little bit far back.
And the Mercedes swapped because Tebow's on the quicker tire, so Tebow gets the go-ahead there to try and close in on F&D.
As now Tebow is very, very close to F&D Cakes as we have completed lap 1 of 29 here at the Season 15 Golden Class Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and C. Rizzy is in the lead. F&D, man, Tebow is gonna give him everything here. I feel like either on this lap or when DRS activates, because he is on that medium tire.
Yeah, he's setting purples too, as you just saw in the first sector. I wonder if he'll use some battery to try and get past the Alpine earlier.
Omega has spun in turn 5 there. Goes a little bit around there, drops down to P14. Unfortunate for the AlphaTauri. PVW now is having a look on Met-Ray Magic into turn 6. Ben Swervin ignoring yellow flags.
He might have, you know what, he might have passed Omega in the hairpin and got the illegal overtake.
That's why
he'll probably try to get that removed, but if it's a 5-second, he might have to serve that in the pit lane. Speaking about the pit lane, both Aston Martins had to come in for damage as well. They're going to be at the rear.
Yeah, both Aston Martins having a terrible start. Segrist and Sir Charles now. This looks like a battle that's heating up. Fire Up Flow somehow jumped Charles and Segrist and moved up to P6. Don't know when that happened.
Biggest mover. He has to be. I think he was starting outside the top 10.
Met-Ray Magic's around.
Latifi corner and the Williams as well. He keeps it out of the wall though.
See Rizzy putting his stamp as we enter lap 3. Having pretty good pace right now. Segrist going around the outside of turns 3 and 4. It's very dangerous, getting a little bit close to Sir Charles, but Segrist gets the job done. Has to go defensive though to Sir Charles.
One of our VR members as well. That would have looked cool to go around the outside there. Good move by Segrist.
Yeah, and they're both using the batteries. Sir Charles compared to Segrist though has less battery, and Sir Charles also in the red of fuel, so he's going to have to play some fuel management as we get later on into the race. Sir Charles once again.
Crucially as well, Raiden didn't serve that penalty yet, so he'll have to serve it this time by. Here is Sir Charles on Segrist to get the position back.
Around the outside, into the corner. He gets it done before the corner, actually. My mistakes. And Tebow did not get really close. He got a little bit squirrely there heading into turn 11. Might be turn 12 actually, because 15, 14. That's 12, okay.
I wish the game just puts the corner numbers on the track map.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yep, entering lap 4. This has been pretty chaotic right now, and yep, Raiden's in to serve his penalty. It is a drive-through penalty.
I was wondering if he knew he had to serve it or not, but luckily he's coming in to serve that to not get disqualified. It looks at the top 6 all within that DRS. It's now active and they're using it. It's going to be a little bit of a cat and mouse game because you got a mixture of medium and hard tire runners.
Yeah, the split. We kind of saw this last week. It's not as much split strategy as last week, but there is a good bit of split strategies here tonight as well. We saw as Tebow, I think F&D got a pretty bad exit out of the chicane there. Now he's going to be under pressure from the Mercedes. Tebow in the Mercedes going to go around the outside into turn 8 here. F&D going very defensive. Tebow's going to get the better run on the better tire and on the outside to inside. And Matt
Roofer's out.
And the safety car.
Wow.
That's on the inside after turn 1.
He probably got on the exit curb, throttle, spun it, whiffed it into the wall. Now this is good for those medium runners. If they want to go put the hards on, they could go to the end of the race if they do wish. Let's see if anyone takes.
It's going to be a little bit sketchy though.
No one takes, so they're gonna opt for a little bit longer. Now that we have the safety car here for those medium runners, that can extend their stint, you know, a few laps. So if you were normally going to come on lap 12, you can go to lap, you know, 15 or so. Yeah, 14, 15, extend that stint a little bit. Yeah.
A couple of guys going into the pits. Sir Charles
The
is
Haas's.
one. Both Haas's doing a little double stack here. Looks like the double stack is going to work pretty well. I mean, if the game would actually get the guy out of the way, it would have.
You know what I'm noticing here in the Golden class? It's very team heavy. If you look at it, the teams are in pairs. You got the Alpines, the Mercedes, then you got the McLarens, Ferraris, Red Bulls running together. All the teammates are running right next to each other. You got the AlphaTauris running right next to each other, the Haas's, the Aston Martins. It's kind of cool to see that team aspect.
We are going to see who are the biggest movers right now. Position change. Your biggest mover is F1 Racer. He is up 6. Your biggest loser. Who else could it be but Rapahulk, who has had terrible luck to start the season. He is down 11.
Yeah, this season's not so easy for him when you're not starting up front most of the races. Like he is used to in the Silver Class when he won the Silver Class Championship last season. So the safety car really didn't impact the race so much.
No, I mean, it was early enough where it wouldn't impact strategy unless the medium runner wanted to take those hards a lot of laps. But kind of like Sir Charles and Rapahulk, they're the only ones who pit under the safety car.
Yeah, we'll see if it plays dividends later on in this race. The good news is they don't have to pit anymore. And if it stays green, it could work out for them, although they will be stuck in traffic. Just want to take this time and thank everybody for tuning in on the YouTube and the Twitch. You can check the description for more information. We do have some seats throughout, so if you still want to join the grid for Season 15, you can. Head to the website for more information, sign up, join the Discord where we are the most active. This is only round 5 of 15. We got some cool events later on in the season. We still have another Sprint 3-tire special, TCR Grand Prix All-Star Race, Monaco full qualifying,
Oh boy.
100% race for Platinum. I mean, we're going to some
GP,
cool races. The GP, yeah, the GP at Monza this year. Later on, that follows the All-Star race.
It'll be my first GP.
It's a good way. It's the one you want to win. It's the top dog.
Safety car in this lap.
Nice.
So, yep, C. Rizzi and the Alpine will be leading the pack away after the safety car goes into the pit lane. Now this is gonna be interesting. How aggressive does Tebow and the Mercedes get right here on the restart?
I wouldn't say too bad. Honestly, I think, you know, they're pretty evenly matched, so give it a lap, get those tires warmed up, and stick with Rizzi and see what Tebow can do once the DRS is active. There we go.
Yep, looks like C. Rizzi gets a pretty decent jump there. Tebow, not the best jump, loses a little bit of time actually to the hard runners behind him. Nothing really too crazy happening in the back. Go through it all. Yep, nothing really crazy on the restart. DRS will not be activated until lap 9, so will not have DRS till then. C. Rizzi is C. Rizzi not using any battery, and he might lose out here a little bit, but granted, he will.
Oh, here he is.
Yep, he will have a lot of battery though.
Change for the lead.
The lead sector 2. It's Main Wayne's around. Back there. Look, it didn't really look like fully spun. It looked like more of a half spin. Yep, C Rizzy and Tebow going at it now here at the front. Oh, it's C Rizzy.
Oh. Does he hold it? He holds it.
He holds
now
it, but drops 2
gets
spots.
Past. Yeah.
That dirty air. It's a killer. Especially in that corner. If you're a C Rizzy, you just need to keep your head down.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why he didn't really defend that over Tebow, because you saw Tebow, when he took it so easily. Rizzy didn't use any battery at all, and then that kind of let him play vulnerable to, so when he had that mistake, the other two kind of just swept on by.
Yeah, they kind of did. It's really just easy for these guys.
And track position is really important, especially when you have pace that's really similar. So he just went from first to fourth. That's a huge difference in odds. Here's Segrist. Let's see what he could do.
Yep, fire up in Segrist right now. Segrist not using any more battery. I think he's going to wait till around next lap for when that DRS does get enabled. Because fire up is out of the DRS right now from C Rizzy. Gets back in it in the chicane, but down the straights, C Rizzy just has better straight line speed than Fire Up Flow. Go back up to the front. F&D starting to gain on the medium runner Tebow ahead of him on those hard tires. Tebow has been pushing a little bit on those mediums. Tebow's mediums might be going by the wayside.
Yeah, nice aerial shot right there, and this is what you call a nice tactical strategy race. You got the Alpines and the Mercedes, the McLarens. You thought they'd be up there. They had some troubles. They kind of took them out of the conversation, but right now it's Mercedes and Alpine, and you have a few Ferraris and Red Bulls sneaking up the back. See if they could get in on the action. They're all on those medium tires, those drivers.
Yeah, the big kicker though is that F&D and SPM have less than 40% battery. Tebow and C Rizzy have over 60, or right around 60. No battery for F&D. Tebow not using battery either, but F&D does have the DRS. Is he going to send one down the inside? It looks like he's going to look. He does have a look, but thinks better of it. Tebow locks the rears though.
And it's all about this next exit out of the chicane, getting on the traction, trying to avoid that exit curb, tuck back into the slipstream, use some battery, and you get a nice tow up until I think it's turn 9.
Yeah, pretty sure it's turn 9 now, and looks like F&D is getting a good run. Tebow gets a little squirrely, I think I saw, out of turn 9 there. If F&D can just stay, SPM going down the inside here. Wow. Caught F&D napping.
Yeah, he caught him napping. I think also he missed his mark a little bit, which pretty much just allowed SPM to roll through there. Mercedes 1-2 for the time being. Jockeying for position down here.
What is going on down here? Omega is down. What the? A little bit of teammate battle. PBW and Omega right now. But yeah, back up to the front. F&D caught completely by surprise by SPM.
Yeah, it seemed like he went a little wide into the corner, and SPM just hit his apex like he does, and I think that's what just allowed him to get the position.
PBW is spun again. Yeah, he spun once again.
Yeah.
Back down to P15 for the AlphaTauri.
Well, last time it was his teammate. It was Omega, right? So.
Oh, it's
now,
different AlphaTauri. Same
yeah.
shit.
Same shit, different driver.
They got basically kind of like a 5-way battle for the lead right now, or 6-way, because
Fire Up
and
Flow
Segrist are not far behind. Now this is interesting Do you make Tebow, if you're SPM and you two are in a call, you and Tebow, do you make Tebow fight FND because SPM's at this point on the better tire? Oh, there, see Rizzy? There's the consistency we were talking about.
And he's waiting for the pack to go by. I know the ghosting's on, but you never know in these scenarios. It took him right out of the battle, man. He was in a good spot there, too.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it before the race. Can Alpine's consistency, can they keep it consistent this weekend, or this week, and one's down?
Leads one Alpine at the front. See what FND can do.
P4. Battle for P4. Seeger's not using any battery at all, which is kind of surprising, considering the battery difference. Raiden's not having a good time.
Yeah, what a flip-flop of a race 1 week can do.
Yeah, he's coming in. I think he's done. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. He just spun again and like hit the wall. I think he's done there.
Which is unfortunate for him because I don't know if is he gonna hit the button?
Oh no, he might not. Yep, there it is.
Player has been eliminated.
Now, I'm gonna say, Fire Up Flow. He's looking for his best result in a long time right now.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. I guess last season he really struggled compared to his teammate who won the championship. He's in platinum class now, and those guys are long life teammates. He's got another champion as a teammate, F1 racer, a former silver class champion. But yeah, Fire Up Flow. He's looking for some revenge in this season and get some good results. As Ben is in the pit lane here.
He's serving his 5 second.
Yeah.
He had to. Yep. Unfortunate for Ben. Oh, yep. See, Rizzy's struggling back there on cold hards. Oh yeah. Not a good day for that Alpine driver. Oh, here we go. Battle for P1. I think Tebow just basically let him by.
He is on the better tire now, SPM, so you can expect Tebow to possibly enter the pits this time by, because he's got FND on the hard. So
bad exit. Tebow's using the battery.
Will he fight it?
FND has no battery. SPM has no battery. FND going around the outside. He's going to have the better run. Going to see a send down the inside here. No, we are not. Oh, Fire Up Flow completely missed his mark, and Omega's around. I think him and F1 Racer made contact. Oh, Main Wayne has no end plate. I wonder if Main Wayne made contact with Omega. Tebow is in, Fire Up is in, Main Wayne's coming in, yep. You see, Main Wayne has no end plate. I wonder if he made the contact with Omega instead of F1 Racer.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. It was almost like an accordion effect. One person makes a mistake and it kind of leaves everybody else avoiding it, and you could have some incidents there.
Yep. Yeah, now SPM, he is starting to gap everybody.
Ooh, Rizzy again out the rear. Had a little local yellow.
Here comes Segrist. Segrist is looking. Now Segrist is the king of weird strategies. I wonder how long he's going to take these mediums.
He likes to do the bold strategies. He likes to do the hard to soft, soft to hard, and he likes to do those crazy strats. But it seems to always work out for Segrist. So if it works out for him, keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, Rizzy, tough day. Tough day. He had some good pace. He was up there battling, almost like a chess match between the two teams, but one mistake takes you right out of it.
I mean, because like we know they have pace, but if they find the consistency, if they find the consistency and lose as Seegers now comes into the pits, if they find the consistency and lose the constructors, say 30 points, you're gonna come back to these first 4 or 5 rounds.
Oh yeah, today would have been an easy day for Rizzi to get some points and a good top 5, maybe podium or even a win, because he was leading the race. He was leading the safety car restart. It just went south real quick, and look at those Haas's now, third and fourth.
They're gonna have a really good. Rafa Hulk's only 9 seconds behind F&D, so he is 11 seconds behind SPM. And
they pitted. They're technically done for the race. They don't have to pit at all. Yep. If they could get to the end, I don't know how the tire situation will be. But you see where Tebow is, and
he's got to get through. He's got to get through some traffic.
Yeah, you're saying about 9.5 seconds to the one Haas, and then it's more like 10 and 11 to the second Haas.
Tebow gets him by Omega pretty quickly. Is Omega going to challenge back? F1 Racer is out now. Lots of DNFs. We are down 4 drivers of 17 already.
Yeah, F1 Racer, he was involved in that little accordion effect underneath the hotel section. I think he just got wing damage, unless he got any side pod damage. Maybe that's why he's retiring. But
side pod or a little bit of rear wing.
He was also within the points, so all he needs is a safety car. He would have been able to get some points. And I'm not a fan of drivers quitting, you know, when there's more than half the race still left to play out.
I think Omega's the last one to not pit. That's not the top 2. Yeah, he is. As Segrist goes down the inside very easily, and Omega goes a little bit wide, missing his mark. Segrist moves up into net. It's not really a net because Rafa and Sir Charles don't have to pit again.
Yeah. And you don't know where SPM and FND would also play out as well. So at the moment, you're looking at a nice top 6 still battle for possibly the win.
Probably more like top 8, because Fire Up is also right in there.
Yeah, he's a little further down.
Omega. Not that much further, if you think about it.
He had that, oh, here's
he
close.
Gets around Omega.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see the top 2 go in the pits here very soon. Probably in the next lap or so.
Yeah, the top 2 will be putting those medium tires on. You see the gap around a little over 3 seconds, and they're in the same tire. So SPM working on that gap. When he pits, he'll be probably behind his teammate. Or just ahead.
Lap?
Yeah.
And that's going to get smashed when these top 2 go on the mediums, though. So GMBZ with the fastest lap.
I was just looking at him as well. He's in P11 right now. He was kind of my guy coming into this season, and yeah, it just seems like he has some Rafa Hulk luck. He gets involved in early incidents and just like they're not his fault. He just gets caught up in them, and it's just terrible. Well, you know what? It's quality is so important to get your track position to then put yourself in a better situation. And
his quality hasn't been bad. It's been like P6, like consistently.
Yeah. Although you know what, P6 is probably like right in a bad position actually. It's not ideal. I mean, ideal is pole, but obviously only one person gets that.
F&D is in. SPM stays out.
Yeah, and that was 3.3 seconds now. The gap was almost close to 5 by the time he came into the pits, so he lost even more time.
A lie. Now the thing is,
we'll have those mediums to the end of the race.
How hard is it going to be for these guys to get around the Haas cars?
Yeah, and you gotta wonder, those are 2 silver champions right there, Sir Charles and Rafa Hulk. If Tebow or maybe SPM gets to the back of the Haas of Sir Charles, you gotta imagine he's gonna put on some fight to help his teammate. Because this could really go the Haas's direction, but you know what? Their fall off on these tires is going to be pretty huge towards the very last stages of this race.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. This could be a really big day for the Haas team, especially if this goes the right way. Even if there's another safety car, it could go the right way for them because they just throw on the softs and they'll have pretty decent track position because everybody's going to throw on the softs.
Yeah, here's F&D on the back of Fire Up Flow. As SPM is into the pit lane. Last night we had that same instance where we had a late safety car. A lot of drivers put on those soft tires, but they didn't fire up as much as you would expect because if you did 3 laps in soft tires in qualifying, you would be putting on a used set of soft tires. And around here at Abu Dhabi, with the amount of laps that they had last night to put on that tire, it started to fall off at the end. So if you have a fresh set of soft tires with a late race safety car, that could go definitely your way. So SPM slots in right behind his teammate and right ahead of Segrist.
Segrist is going to take advantage of it here. He has DRS over SPM. He's going to go down the inside into the chicane here. It's all going to be about the exit for Segrist. Covers him off very nicely. SPM will get DRS.
Yeah, you just needed a few corners to warm those tires up, but he's going to get back on the Red Bull here for 4th.
Yep. Pretty easy re-overtake for SPM there.
The gap has come down considerably now between Tebow and Sir Charles is around 4 seconds, where it was previously 9. So I think they will definitely catch the Haas's, but they still got to pass them.
Yep. F&D had gotten past Fire Up Flow while we were watching the Segrist SPM battle, as he sets the fastest lap of the race. This is where I wish we had instant replay so we could have seen F&D's move. Gosh,
sure, it was a nice,
TCR
easy
instant replay.
We need a few production guys for that one.
Yeah. Probably more than a few.
We don't need instant replay for this one. SPM on Tebow.
Mercedes swap places. Kind of figured it was going that direction. SPM on the mediums it definitely has the better chance to get to the Haas drivers and pass them.
Well, you know what? It's a good strategy as well, and if it plays and it stays green, the hard to medium strategy seems to be a nice strategy around here if it does stay long, which it seems, for the moment, is the case.
Barring literally any madness. Speaking of that, I don't want to look at. Oh, it's not a sprint weekend. It probably won't bug for me then. Let's look at exceeded track limits. Matt Roofer has 1. Sir Charles 1. Ben Swerven 1. Alright, I'm just gonna look at like the top 2. Let's see. Or top 4. F&D has a corner cutting warning, and that's like it for the top like 8.
Yeah, they're pretty clean up at the front.
SPM though, with that fastest lap, holy, 126.5. And he is already basically within DRS of the 2 Haas drivers.
And you never know how this could go. It should be a nice, easy move for SPM with the tire difference, but you'd probably think the Haas's would like to try and fend him off for as long as he can. As you mentioned, you want to stay out and get track position for as long as possible, because if a safety car does come out, it would help him out. Although I don't think SPM would enter the pits if it did happen, because he just put on those mediums, which are pretty handy around here.
So Charles goes a little bit deep. Now the thing is with SPM here, you gotta wait your turn as there's a spin back there. It's PBW again. Like if you're SPM, you have to be very patient.
Got close to the back end of Sir Charles. The good thing is he doesn't have much pressure from behind because his teammate is on the harder tire in F&D.
Oh. Well, Freeze has dropped out. Oh, F&D with a 3-second time penalty. That is very unfortunate. We have SPM going to go down the inside of Sir Charles on the straightaway here. Probably the easiest move you will see all day. Gets it done way before the corner. Let's see what happened with Mr. Freeze. SPM gets really close to Rafa Hulk there into turn 9. If we head through the hotel section, SPM right basically on the gearbox of Rafa Hulk, who is in the lead. Rafa Hulk hits his marks there pretty nicely. Now it's all about SPM. How aggressive is he going to be on a card that is obviously slower than him here? And welcome back, Mr. Freeze. What happened?
We're back. We went to sleep. My PlayStation. If only something goes right for me at one stream, just one, I would be happy. Don't worry, we have another 10 rounds to go to figure that out.
Rafa Hulk is defending pretty well from SPM right now. SPM has like no battery either. Yeah, Rafa Hulk's basically just gonna let him by. But yeah, Rafa Hulk defended pretty well there, despite being on significantly worse tires.
He definitely used all the battery. He wasn't taking any chances, was he? He saw those hosses and he just wanted to get through them. He split them like butter.
It's now Tebow. Seems like he's having a little bit of problems with Sir Charles right now. Oh, Tebow goes around! That's another thing. Tebow, who preseason predictions from all of TCR, Tebow was the preseason favorite. And once again, another consistency. He goes around Sir Charles. And Seegers is also in a good spot for a podium here.
Yeah. And he was exiting the corner was Tebow, and he got right to the back of Sir Charles.
Seegers into turn 1.
The dirty air. Oh, here comes Seegers. Oh.
Oof, pushes Sir Charles wide, clean but fair. I don't know, I'm trying to think of the word. Fair. It's definitely fair.
Yeah, fairish.
And now F&D right behind Sir Charles, but F&D is carrying that 3-second penalty.
Seegers still thinks he could win this race.
He definitely can. Sir Charles going to go around the outside here.
But that's not going to help.
Gets the move done. Seegers will have DRS though, but they have like, neither of these guys have like no battery. Sir Charles is going to go very defensive here. Seegers taking the outside line. Oh, he goes a little, I feel like that's a little bit deep though. Look, it's a decent run. Yeah, just a little bit deep. Now this is going to be interesting. F&D is carrying that 3-second penalty. How aggressive does he get in this mix right now?
I don't know. I mean, it seemed like they were legit penalty from track limits. It wasn't anything from the pit lane.
Yep,
so
it was definitely track limits is what it's said.
Yeah, go in there, make it. You don't want to make it easy for your competition, so you might as well go out there and pull some hair out.
Yeah, Sir Charles making it very hard for these guys. Sir Charles wants that podium, very much so. And he's putting up a good fight for his teammate too, because that gap between him and his teammate is up to 1.3 seconds. Seegers goes a little deep. Ooh, he gets really close to the left rear there of Sir Charles. See, oh, here we go. This is gonna be interesting. FND and Seegers look like they're going to try to do a double overtake here. Seegers covers off Sir Charles. Sir Charles is playing the waiting game here. Sir Charles will have DRS. Gets a pretty good exit on those old tires, if you ask me. Now, I think if you're Sir Charles, you just wait to see what happens here. And he's going to take it around the outside of Seegers, it looks like. F&D up into P3, but it is P7 actually, or P6. Unless he can get that gap. But yeah, now I think if you're Sir Charles, there's no way you're catching back up to Seegers at this point.
Yeah, it was going to be very difficult for Sir Charles to defend those drivers from the much quicker and much fresher tires, and he's also going to be under pressure from the Ferrari of Fire Up Flow. I do like the strategy call, but I don't think it's going to work out hugely. And if you look at Rafa Hulk,
Fire Up gets around.
Oh yeah, a little weird there.
Yep, F&D getting really close again to a back of a Haas there. Rafa Hulk does have a significantly more battery than F&D and Seegers, so it's going to help him. F&D, I think, is going to send one down here. No, he is not. Oh, Seegers almost runs into the back of F&D there, though. F&D
all about the exit.
So much better tires all around. Rafa Hulk using that battery now. F&D going around the outside here. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging. Rafa Hulk stays P2.
We're still straight though. We're still straight.
If you're Rafa Hulk, you're still in P3 at least. Because of F&D's penalty. Like, you're guaranteed P3 at this point.
Yeah, it's not over till the fat lady sings. Is that what they say?
Oh, here comes Seegers. Gonna go at the outside of F&D. This is gonna allow Rafa Hulk to get a little bit bigger gap. I think F&D's mediums are starting to wane. 9 laps old now.
And Rafa Hulk likes them two battling. He needs F&D and Seegers to keep battling.
A little bit of bump from F&D. Yep, a little bit of bump from F&D, and Rafa Hulk goes around.
Oh, no, no, no.
That might have been lag, but I'm pretty sure that bump did cause a little bit of discomfort for Rafa Hulk.
It seemed like the initial tap didn't spin him. I think he spun it on the exit on the throttle, but I mean, it definitely didn't do him any help. Yeah. And here's Seegers and F&D
around,
still.
It's out! Safety car! Oh man, this changes everything.
The question is, who's got fresh soft tires, and who's got used soft tires?
If you are SPM, you have to go on softs, because your mediums on a restart are done.
You know what? I'm gonna opt to stay out.
Seegers on those 12-lap, those hards are just gonna be so much better.
SPM is he has a nice gap. See, I don't know if that was the.
No, it's not going to be, because as soon as Seegers crosses the line, he's going to be able to catch up to SPM. Yep, Sir Charles is in. Rafa Hulk's also in. A little double stack.
Seegers staying out?
Seegers stayed out on his hards. His hard tires are better than SPM's mediums at this point.
Wow.
This is getting spicy.
And guess who's back up towards the front? Is
Tebow.
the pole sitter. Well, it's also the pole sitter,
Yeah,
Main
and
Wayne.
On 14-lap-old mediums.
And look at the Haas's. Now it didn't really work out. This strategical, I don't think will work out too much because
if the safety car came out 2 or 3 laps earlier, it would have been perfect.
well, they're gonna have their work cut out for them. I mean, every person in front of them has old tires, but they're not gonna have much time to do it.
Are we gonna?
That's the issue.
Safety car in this lap. We're gonna get 2 laps.
Oh, they pulled it. They pulled some Abu Dhabi shit.
This is TCR.
They did it to us.
Oh, this is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. So excuse my language.
So only the top, maybe now 7 as Ben catches up. I wonder if the Haas's will have to be going full speed now. They're moving and grooving. They gotta catch the grid. And if I'm SPM, you gotta start going. You don't want them to catch up. You gotta start pulling this thing and get going green. You don't want the Haas's to pull up.
We are gonna be on board with the man behind SPM, Segrist in the Red Bull, who had an outside chance of winning a lap ago. He reacts pretty well to SPM. There will be no DRS, however.
Gotta do it old school.
Thing is are SPM's tires dead enough for Segrist to take an advantage here? We are
Only
2 laps to go.
And the Haas's did catch up. They're right at the back of this queue here, 8th and 9th.
If you're SPM, you have to be perfect on these last 2 laps. No room for any small error.
The good thing for him is he's the quicker driver, so I think he can cover it off quite nicely, especially with no DRS.
Sector 1 yellow flag, that is Omega who has spun. As Sir Charles already up to P7, Ben Swerven giving him everything, but Ben Swerven makes a little bit of contact with Sir Charles, and that causes him to go a little bit around.
Yeah, that's not a fight.
Back up to the front.
That wasn't a good fight.
Here we go. This is great. Segrist losing a little bit of time. There's still 1 more lap. Will SPM be perfect here?
SPM's got more batteries, around 50. Segrist is around 30. I think it'll stay the same order. We'll see what if there's any more position changes.
This is TCR though, so.
Oh, wiggly on the back was Tebow. He got all out of shape.
GMBZ is right on Tebow right now.
You could expect some dive bombs.
Here we go. Segrist might make a dive bomb, honestly.
I would. Why not? For a win, he doesn't have one yet. SPM's got a few. Send it on the boy.
Oh, he's not gaining. Segrist is not gaining. Yep. I think Segrist is just going to hold it.
Yeah, so right there is all...
Tebow's around again!
Oh, here we go. See if Segrist, anything left in the final sector, doesn't look like it. He probably misplaced his battery, which cost him the win. Here's Rafa Hulk down the inside.
Oh, Sir Charles gets a little squirrely there. Yep. SPM, he is going to win a 3rd race of the season. He is definitely the driver who is taking over the golden class now. He has won 3 of 5, and he takes over, and he wins despite the late safety car. SPM finishes in P1. Segrist will finish P2. Main Wayne gets up back to the podium after F&D's penalty, who will finish P4. Rafa Hulk gets back up to P5. GMBZ P6. Ben Swerven P7. Sir Charles will finish P9, actually. Spun at the line, it looked like. Tebow P8. Ray Magic P10. Omega P11. And PVW P12. DNFs are the two Ferraris, Fire Up and TCR F1 Racer, C Rizzy, Raiden Shogun, and Matt Roofer.
Oh, big mistake from Sir Charles to lose an extra spot, but he got passed by his teammate into turn 9, and it put him in such a bad position. He lost a few spots and ultimately finished P9, so not a good last lap for Sir Charles, but Raph Hulk is able to finish in 5th, but it's SPM who's been the
class of the class.
Yeah, he's kind of the elect, the championship elect. It's the one you're kind of targeting and circling. The first third of the season seems to be him, as he's dancing on the podium.
Oh yeah. He's definitely having a good time there. But yeah, there's something about TCR and Abu Dhabi just producing bangers. Yeah, as we've said, SPM wins the Season 15 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix Round 5 in the Golden class. Seegers follows up in P2. Main Wayne comes back to the podium in P3. I did predict 1st and 3rd. I do want to say that. F&D P4 if F&D could have gotten
Doesn't
second.
count. You need all 3 to get props.
Hey man, I'll take what I can get. Rappa Hulk P5, GMBZ P6, Ben Sorvin P7, Tebow P8, Sir Charles P9, Ray Magic P10, Omega P11, P12 is PBW, Fire Up Flow is P13, TCR F1 Racer P14 with the DNF as well, C-Rizzy P15, Raiden P16, and Matt Roofer rounds out the grid in P17. Oh man. Let's get our guys in. So we got Seegers is on PC, so SPM and Main Wayne on PlayStation.
Yeah, you bum PlayStation users. This is a good thing I commentate on Silver on PC. I don't gotta deal with this nonsense of the interviews.
Hey, you shut your mouth.
I got luxury on PC.
I gotta go to play to go.
If anyone has any questions for the post-race interviews, leave them in the comments on the YouTube side of things, and I will ask them. We got a nice top 3, although it does sound like F&D's penalty could have been fraudulent. It could have been that pit lane penalty, so he could be getting that removed, although we still do talk to the, I guess, the unofficial top 3, but assume F&D will put in a ticket to try and get that penalty removed. But for those watching, if you're not in the Discord, TCR's Discord, you should join it, because you get access to the incidents tickets and the steward decisions, the points. So for any results that happen here in the stream, you can make sure that what the actual true results are when you have that access to the information in the Discord.
Yep, I invited SPM and Main Wayne. I'm calling Segrist and then he will be our second interview. So there's SPM. Try to get Main Wayne in here real quick. Main Wayne is saying invite F&D for interviews. His pen should get removed. Okay.
So Main Wayne's not partaking. He's handing the trophy over to.
I'm telling him to just join in too if he wants.
Fernando Alonso's handing the trophy to George Russell, and then hopefully George Russell doesn't hand it back to Fernando Alonso.
Alright, I have invited F&D. So if Main Wayne does not join, we will start with FND when he joins. Oh.
So tomorrow's the Platinum class for those watching, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place tomorrow for their Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Next week we are off. We have an off week, and then we return in a fortnight's time for the British Grand Prix round number 6.
Yep, I think we have everybody in here now. We will start with the Alpine P4/P3. We'll see what the steward decisions are for penalties and stuff after. But FND, you had a pretty solid drive. I mean, seems like strategy kind of bit you a little bit right there at the end, and just the raw pace of the Mercedes, and then the flying Red Bull coming through. Just talk us through your race.
Yeah, so I felt like I left a little bit out in qualifying, but I was pretty happy with ending up on front row. Not sure what really happened to Wayne, but yeah, felt good to be on the front row. And like you said, the Mercedes just came around. I locked up in a turn and kind of let them by. And then I don't know if they did it on purpose, but they did a little strategy there where Thibaut let SPM by, and Thibaut kind of backed me up a little bit. And then I kind of had given up on SPM and was just shooting for a podium. So, yeah, and then at the end of the race, safety car with 2 laps to go, I thought I could get into P2 at least. So, yeah, I felt good all race. I didn't spin. First time probably in a long time. So, yeah.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah, we definitely seen, but or something about Main Wayne too. The thing that happened with Main Wayne, from what I saw, is that he got a 5-place grid penalty after qualifying was over, and he was not in control of his car. So,
Gotcha.
don't know what happened there, but yeah. Also, going back to penalties and stuff. You said that the penalty is some BS, as we'll say. What was just going on?
Yeah, so basically it was just coming off of turn, I guess that's turn 3, the first fast right-hander, going up into the hairpin. I kind of went off the track a little bit and gave me 2 quick warnings right then. I didn't have any warnings after that, so just kind of got a double warning penalty for 1 off track. So just went a tad wide. But that's where that comes from. So I just looked, checked my race director, checked the stream. I think it should get removed, but I'll leave it up to the stewards to figure that out. So
I gotcha. Mr. Yeah. Freeze, anything for our P3 whatever finisher?
Well, congrats on the unofficial podium. And my question would be, is there anything that you could have done in that first stint to have possibly stick with those Mercedes better? I know you missed your mark a little bit, which allowed SPM to get in front, but it seemed like from then you kind of struggled for pace compared to them, and you maybe struggled a little bit in the traffic. Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I can think back to 2 mistakes where I locked up into the chicane and then into the Latifi section to kind of let Thibaut around, I think both times. And then I got caught up in a three-way battle towards the middle of the race with Segrist, and I believe it was Charles, and I drained a little bit too much battery, so that basically kind of screwed my pace for the rest of the race. But I had this track circled. I'm pretty happy with it, so I'll take it. SPM is fast, so hard to beat him regardless.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be he's gonna have a target on his back, I'm pretty sure, for the rest of the season now, especially going into this race. But yeah, FND, just good race, man, and just keep trying to continue it.
Yeah, thanks so much. We're gonna go into our week 5 mid-season break now, so see you guys in a bit.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we will move on to the Red Bull of Segrist. All right, he's on my phone here. Segrist, are you here, sir? All right, you had a really solid drive from what we saw, all the way from I think P9 all the way up into P2. Just talk us through your race and how it went.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in qualifying. I practiced a little bit before getting in the session and did a 23.6 and didn't even feel like my best stuff, and then got in there and couldn't flirt with the 23s for some reason. But I knew I had better race pace than that, and that I kind of had good setup with the hard tires, so I knew I'd make some ground up. But so it's good to get all the way back up there. A little karma played out tonight on certain people too, so it was a good race.
Yeah, it's definitely a good race from you. I want to know what was going through your head when that safety car came out on lap 26? Yeah.
Just trying to figure out if we was even going to run any more laps after the safety car, and then I was debating on trying to throw some softs on if anybody was going to try that, but I just kind of basically paid attention to the leader there, and he stayed out, I stayed out, and then luckily a couple guys with old tires stayed out behind me and kind of covered any soft guys that went for the soft, so I was feeling good once I seen that.
Yeah, it definitely worked out in your favor. Freeze, do you have any questions I can relay to Segrist?
Yes, sir. I would say ask him about the management of the battery at the end there. It seemed like at the last lap, Segrist had the 30%. SPM managed to had more battery. If you could have managed that a little bit better, do you think he could have at least maybe threw a dive bomb in there and try to get that win?
Yeah, Freeze was asking, you had, it seemed like, significantly less battery than SPM. SPM, I think, was at like the 65 mark, you're around 30. If you managed it a little bit better on the last 2 laps, do you think you could have sent a little dive bomb up in there trying to challenge for that win?
Really, just that first green lap after, I was just dumping it. If I caught him and could make a move, great, but if I got second, I just didn't want to drop back from there, really. So I just dumped it that first lap. But even if I played it smarter, man, I don't know if I would have caught him anyway. That dude's quick.
Yeah, he's very fast, but you proved you can be very fast too. I mean, P9 to P2, especially on this track, is not easy. So definitely a really good drive, and we'll see you after the break.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
No problem. We will see you later. Alright, so we move to P1, back on the top step once again in the Mercedes car. SPM, you're back, man. I mean, you have been the class of the field so far this season. How does it feel to win your 3rd race out of 5? SPM?
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, good, great. Yeah, I'm really happy. And last season at Abu Dhabi, make a little mistake after the safety car coming in lap 23, I think. And I don't do the same mistake. Don't stop at the safety car and drive very well to win. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last season when you made that mistake, and I was kind of thinking in the back of my head, but I was also like, he'll probably be fine, but just yeah. So basically, also you just had really good pace all day. At one point, you were just gapping the entire field right before you came in for your pit stop. How good did you feel on those old hard tires before you came in for the pit stop?
Tire management. That's my point. Tire management starts bad starts from my side, and after my bad start, manage the tire. We have me and Thibaut. We have a great top speed. I think we have a big advantage with that. And after the start, tire management and push on the power. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Freeze, do you have any questions for our winner here today?
Yeah, so it seemed like a nice team battle between the Mercedes and Alpines. You also had the McLarens up there. Well, they had some issues. So, firstly, how was it racing against those other guys, and how was it with your teammate? It looked like you were doing some team games there to help each other out. You guys are in the race communication voice chat with each other?
Yeah. Same chat with Thibaut, GMBZ, and Matt Ruffer.
Oh, nice. You got the Aston Martins in there too.
Yep.
Awesome. And who would you say gave you the toughest fight today? If you had to circle one person, who did you circle to think, man, they could beat me today? I have to just keep an eye out on them.
Sigrizi surprised me. After the safety car, I have a Red Bull behind me, and at that point, oh, surprise! Okay, Red Bull in behind me. Okay, that's it. He's really fast to see it.
Awesome. Well, you know what? This is the first time I'm talking with you, but you know what? You should come up on the podcast with us, because I really could listen to your voice all day long. It's nice and soothing. I really do like it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, a good start to the season, grabbing 3 wins out of the 5. Congratulations, you're the championship leader. We'll enjoy the break, but don't have too much fun, because you got to go and do some more winning.
Yep. Yeah, you have reason. Yep.
Good stuff.
Thanks.
All right, that's gonna do it from us here in the Golden Class booth. I get to ask Freeze the questions now. Give us your summary for today.
Oh, you put me. Oh, I got the other stream on. Yeah, no, it was a good race all throughout. The safety car at the end kind of shook things up, but it really didn't too much. You still had the winner, the correct winner, I would say. There was no NASCAR shenanigans, late race, safety car, or I guess yellows and stuff like that. But I really did enjoy the little things and the strategy, the difference that the Alpines and the Mercedes had, kind of split in the strategy. I just wish there was less spins from individuals to actually see the entire race play out. But I think that'll be something everybody will be working on as we move on to the season. And I think after the first 5 races, I think we kind of get a little bit more knowledge of what this championship will look like, although it's not to say that anybody can't put in some more time, get some consistency going, because you still have 10 more rounds and a lot more other events to help shake the order up. So yeah, it's not over by any means.
No, it's definitely not over, and I definitely agree with you. TCR, literally anything can happen,
especially in the Golden Class. It's always close. So
yeah.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah, that's gonna do it from us. We'll be back tomorrow for the Platinum Class, same time, same place. Abu Dhabi once again. It's gonna be chaos. I already know. Especially with the way Platinum has been going the past couple of weeks. This is gonna be interesting. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for us. Please check out the Discord if you want to know things all TCR, just to hang out, join a class, and just have fun in there. Check out the TCR website if you want to sign up as well. That has all of our socials and everything on it. We post shorts. Been posting shorts on YouTube as well. And check out our Fanatec link if you're thinking about getting some Fanatec stuff. Please check out our affiliate link. Also, do we still have the merch?
Oh yeah, the merch is on the website. Yeah, you get your merch. Yeah, we have custom jerseys, custom hoodies. You can put your name, your username up there, your car number. And we will be returning probably this week with the Racing Debrief TCR's podcast. We missed a few weeks, but we will be back. That's Mondays 8 a.m.
We will be back very soon with the podcast. Lots of busy weekends on my part, so that's on me. But what can you do? But that is it. It has been me, D'Angelo, and Seafreeze over there. That has been it from us, and we will see you next week at the Golden Class not next week, the week after next.
Yeah.
For the British Grand Prix Round 6. Good night, everybody, and see you next time.